Kyiv or Odessa, which is known to be a dirty area of Black Sea?
It was my question.
Sorry.
I don't want to talk about Odessa. Let's not talk about Odessa. I want to talk about making a deal, getting peace. We don't have to talk about Odessa, but a lot of cities have been destroyed. A lot of cities that are not recognizable. There's not a building standing.
No.
And a lot of
You
things
have
have
to come, you have to come and to look. No. We have very good cities. Yes, a lot of things have been destroyed, but mostly cities alive, and people work, and children go to school. Sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes closer to front line, children have to go to underground schools or online, but we live. Ukraine is fighting and Ukraine lives. This is very important. And maybe it's Putin is sharing this information that he destroyed us. No, he lost 700,000 people, 700,000 soldiers. He lost everything. Yes. So.
Mr. President, more. I mentioned
Please go ahead.
When did you last meet with President Putin, and what did he say that?
A couple of days ago.
And what did he tell you that gave you the assurance that he wanted peace?
Well, that's what I do. My whole life is deals. I know pretty good. And I've known him for a long time. I've dealt with him for a long time. He had to suffer through the Russia hoax. You know, Russia was a hoax. It was all Biden. It was nothing to do with him. So he had to suffer through that, and he was able to do that. I think that he wants to make a deal, and he.
This is what I said, right?
That's all I do. That's what I do. My whole life, that's what I do is make deals.
That's what I said, right? One of the biggest things that is being said about this, right, is that during the time of Obama's administration, right, this is what Trump is saying. During the time of Obama's administration, you know, Putin had to go through a lot of stuff. Putin spoke on some stuff, and he said, you know, if America wanted to make it right, you know, they'll issue a warrant for Obama, right? Trump has stated numerous times that him and Putin agree about something, so on and so forth. Even as far as in this conversation, Trump goes on and say, you know, insults towards Barack Obama, so on and so forth, saying that at a time, you know, he was, you know, doing this and doing that, and it was ran by someone that was incompetent and so on and so forth. So that's the yeah. Hey, I'm doing a live on Trump and them right now on YouTube. So yeah, just breaking it down and stuff. All right. So yeah. So you say deport Trump back to Europe. So look, right now, this is on the table. This conversation is on the table.
Secretary of Commerce Lutnick followed up in private meetings last night. This is really important. We believe Americans have the right to speak their mind, even if we in this room disagree with them. They have the right to speak their mind in the public square, which is often online these days. And we're going to defend that right as it pertains to American companies and American citizens vigorously if we have to. I do think that under the president's leadership, we're going to find common ground with our friends in the UK on this question, but it remains to be seen. The principle that will guide us is we believe in free speech in this country and we'll fight for it for American citizens.
Mr. President, on the deal, is there any other...
Okay, you hear that? That pertains to social media.
We'll see.
Fighting for
We're not really looking
free
for that so
speech.
much. We got a lot. We have more than anybody in the world by far. So no, we're not talking about it too much, but a little bit. I think it affects also, but for the most part, no.
And sir, is there any agreement from Ukraine to purchase U.S. LNG as part of the deal, or is that on the table at all?
No, we don't need that.
Some of those
Mr. President, I
minerals
just
are
wanted
in
to
the
ask
east,
you
Mr.
about,
President.
you just mentioned that you'd spoken to Vladimir Putin a couple of days ago. Just to be clear, that's a new call, not the one that you...
I've spoken to him on numerous occasions.
Okay, how was the latest call? What did you discuss? How did it go?
Are you serious with that question?
I am, I'd love to know.
It went well. I think we're going to have a deal.
On the minerals deal, Mr. President, some of those minerals are in the east of Ukraine, not far from the front lines and in areas that Russia has occupied. Will you direct President Putin to withdraw his forces from those areas if there's U.S. interest?
Well, we'll take a look at the time. We have a lot of area It's a very big area we're talking about, so we'll take a look. I'll study that and I'll see.
And who would protect those minerals if they are U.S. interests? Would that be Ukrainian
They'll be
forces,
protected. The
European
agreement will
forces,
protect them.
U.S.
The
forces?
agreement, yeah, we're signing an agreement. You
Right, but
know?
what if Russia tries to invade or there's Russian aggression in response?
I just told you.
Look, Zelensky want to chime in so bad.
Make a deal.
He wants to chime in so bad because this is something. If you're watching Zelensky's body language, right? Like when these questions right here is being asked, like Zelensky want to chime in so bad. Like you can see him edging up towards, like closer towards the seat. You can see him edging, like he wants to speak so bad. You know what I mean? If you're watching this interaction,
is the most
I'ma just-
powerful country, richest country in the world. The country that has great music, great movies, great muscle cars, but also as a force for good. And now I'm talking with my friends in Poland, and they are worried that you align yourself too much with Putin. What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal.
you think
You want
so?
me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" It doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America. And
Talk
for the
that
good
talk.
of the world. I'm aligned
Yes.
with the world.
Yes,
I
talk
want to
that
get
talk.
this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred.
Damn.
And I understand that.
Damn,
but
he just
I can
said
tell
that
you
in
the
front
other
of
side
him.
isn't exactly in
He's
love
got
with,
tremendous hate
you know,
for Putin. Damn.
So
I mean, just
so
being
the question
honest
of
though, right?
alignment, I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. One more question.
I would respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States is.
Come on, you can't put that on Joe Biden. Y'all was beefing way before Joe Biden came into presidency with the Democrats. Don't put that on Joe Biden. Come on.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied it, our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he.
Do you know what's really fun? Making a website.
I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2014.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was
he killed.
not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly
but-
right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, yeah, what the situation the same. The
Make
people
Kamala
have
sober
been
again. Come
dying
on, stop
on the
all
contact line.
capsing in the
Nobody
comment section.
stopped him.
We can
You
see
know
your comments
that we
without
had
the all caps.
conversations with him. A lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him. Me, like a new president, in 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel. We signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broke the ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We
He
signed the
got
exchange of
sanctions
prisoners,
for that.
but
He got
didn't do it.
sanctioned for a lot of the stuff
What
that he
kind of
broke.
diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Now, this was the first conversation. Y'all remember how hectic that first conversation went.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now. But you will.
I'm hoping this is how the first meeting went. I'm hoping this is not the meeting right now. I'm hoping that they not talking like this right now.
Feel it in the future. God bless.
Because I didn't see the first meeting.
You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're gonna feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're gonna feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering
position to
questions.
dictate that.
That's exactly what
Remember
you're
this.
doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're gonna feel. We're gonna feel very
You will
good.
feel influence.
We're gonna
Oh,
feel
shit.
very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a
Oh,
very
shit.
good position.
Hit
You
the
allow
like button.
yourself to be
Hit
in a
the
very
like
bad
button. Hit the
position.
thumbs
You're
up
supposed to
button.
be right
From
about
the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good
Yeah, this is the
position.
one from
You don't have the
February.
cards right
The
now.
one today
Well,
happens
let's
at
just don't
12
have
o'clock,
any
but I
cards.
want to keep you
Right now,
updated.
you're playing cards.
This is the one from
You're playing
February.
cards. You're gambling with the lives.
This is the one from February, but I want to keep you guys updated. The Epstein files that you guys are worried about being released, it's already been released. A lot of this stuff has already been released. Everything is in the yellow. It's all the trips with Donald Trump, Epstein, so on and so forth, right? So hit the like button, hit the sub button. We're just keeping you updated to the live that's going to take place with the whole today. It's supposed to take place at 12 o'clock. So we're trying to keep you posted on that and keep you updated on it. So this is why other, European leaders and stuff like that, this is why they're joining this meeting. So it won't be a shit show like this one, right? But this is the files that everybody is complaining and speaking on.
Look at just a few of them. This is in 1993, for instance. This is the same year that we found as well that Jeffrey Epstein attended Donald Trump's wedding to Marla Maples. Trump flew on that plane 4 times with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell between Palm Beach, where Mar-a-Lago is, and where Epstein also owns a home. Let's fast forward then to 1994. Trump flew from Palm Beach to Washington, D.C. with his then wife, Marla Maples, his daughter, Tiffany, and a nanny before they returned to New Jersey that day. In August 1995, he and Eric were on board with Epstein and Maxwell again. They flew from Palm Beach to Teterboro in New Jersey. And then in January 1997, Trump...
So you can stop worried about the files, whether they're released, so on and so forth. The Epstein files is out. We are well aware of what's going on with that.
Ceasefire.
So
I don't want to ceasefire.
the conversation
I
is
wanna
this
go-
is
I
this
wanna
is a
go-
live conversation from the first part, so
If
you
get
guys
a
can be
ceasefire
updated
right now,
on
I tell
this.
You take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting
Of
killed.
course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a
But I
ceasefire.
said to you,
I want a
with
ceasefire
guarantees.
because you get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
Yes,
with
this
me.
meeting was
That
bad.
wasn't with me. That
This-
was with
this-
a guy named.
This first meeting was bad. This is why the other meeting is put in place. This is why they're coming to try to talk about this, and hopefully some type of peace can be reconciled of this, right? This is why this is happening right now. Hopefully this next one will go better. We're looking at it and everything like that. So hopefully this next one goes a lot better, right? That's what we're hoping for. I don't know, I think
Killed the Meg.
it was
Because the attitudes
the
have
way
changed.
the way it was spoke about was crazy.
Break ceasefire. What if Russia breaks minerals, what do we do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it?
See, they got him mad now.
They didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom.
As you know, Nubia.
It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful.
Damn.
And it's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen it enough.
Damn.
What do you think? This is going to be great television, I will say that. All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thanks, sir.
Damn. I mean, that's a hard conversation to have right there. You know, you don't have the cards. I don't think your people would be this tough without America backing them. You know, and if we're not really talking peace, you know, then we're out. I think that if this is how the first conversation went, I hope that this next conversation today, I hope this conversation that takes place today has a little bit more decorum, right? I hope a lot of people are able to control themselves more as far as the, you know, topic at hand goes. Man, this is this is tough. This is tough. This is a tough yeah, yikes. That's tough right there. I don't even know what to say about that. That was a hard.
Something that you want or that he wants, we'd have to negotiate a deal. But we've started the confines of a deal, and I think something can happen. The big thing is the number of soldiers, mostly at this point, but soldiers being killed. Thousands of soldiers on both sides.
Hey, y'all hit that like button, find that thumbs up button at the top of the screen, or tap the screen to send some hearts, so that way, you know, YouTube know that you're liking the live. And if you can, hit that arrow button and copy the link, or share the live. Share the live. Even if you don't like me, you gotta admit it's good content. It's a good topic. Let's discuss. So, you know, even if you don't like me, if you don't like the person that's bringing it to you, it's still a good space to hold the conversation. So share the live, hit the thumbs up button, and let's keep this going, okay? We're in a great space right now.
To go through what you've gone through. But your soldiers have been unbelievably brave. We've given them great equipment.
Zelensky, no suit. Zelensky in his issue cosplay. I mean, he's got people backing him, though. He's got a mouthpiece, man. Whether he's a figurehead or not, he's got a mouthpiece, you know. Stop begging for likes and subscriptions. People will do it on their own if they like it. Listen, some people don't even know where to find the like button at on their screen, right? Some people don't know where to find the like button at. Some people don't know to press the arrow button and share the live, okay? And as a content creator, this is something that you remind people of as they come in, right? You remind people to subscribe because some people don't know how to get to the subscription or how to subscribe, right?
Right after lunch.
Don't hate, appreciate.
And we'll be having lunch together. We're also discussing some other things. And we appreciate everybody being here. It's a somewhat of an exciting moment, but the really exciting moment is when when they stop the shooting and we end up with the deal. And I think we're fairly close to getting that, and an honor to have you. And please, I'd like to say something.
No, thanks so much, Mr. President. Thank you for the invitation. And really, I hope.
For nearly 50
But see, here's the thing about this whole, mess up, right?
People,
Like
our
I said,
children, I really count on it. And of course, we count that America will not stop support. Really, for us, it's very important to support and to continue it. I want to discuss it with details further during our conversation.
Trump said you're not
with the
acting very
infrastructure
appreciative.
was
Like, that was a slap in the face. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we understand that we backing him up gives him a voice, a greater voice.
And I really count on your strong position to stop Putin. And you said
Thank
that
you.
enough.
You're
with the
welcome,
war.
Janice.
I think that is very important, Ben, to say these words to Putin at the very
Janice.
beginning.
I might
At
have
the very
pronounced your
beginning
name
of
wrong.
war,
I
because he's
apologize.
a killer and terrorist. But I hope that together we can stop him. But for us, it's very important to, to save our country, our values, our freedom and democracy, and of course, no compromises with the killer about our territories, but it will be later. And of course, what I wanted, we spoke about it by phone with you about the drones production. We have very good drones production. I think the best one in the world for today because of the war. Yes, and of course, we need very much the air defense. You have the best air defense in the world, and really you helped us under attacks of Russians. And I want to speak how we can exchange the licenses. We're open to share the licenses of all our drones with you, of course, with the United States. And we need licenses for quick production of air defense. Even after the war, we need our nation to be calm, that we are secure. So that's why we need this air shield. And of course, about this, I want to speak about the contingents. I think that France and UK already spoke to you, and we know that Europe is ready, but without the United States, they will not be ready to be as strong as we need. And the last point, last not least, about exchange, about our people and children. And you know that this crazy Russian, that they stolen 20,000 of children, Ukrainian children. They changed their names, they changed their families, relatives, and now they're in Russia. We want to bring them back, and really, it's a big dream, task, and goal for me, and our warriors. By the way,
See?
we brought.
Now, that's one thing that a lot of people are not talking about, right? Russia do not have the numbers that you think they have, right? He's saying right here that the Russian has stolen 20,000 of their children, changed their name, and made them Russian, right? And he's saying that we want those children back, right? 20,000 children, right? That's a lot, right? And that's why, Donald Trump's wife wrote the letter talking about the children, right? See, a lot of people are not talking about certain parts that are actually coming out. A lot of people are not speaking about it.
A lot of bad things. So out of even during the war,
he's trying to remind people of the truth, right? And yes, we might be at the table. Yes, we might be able to speak about a lot of stuff. But if you have a voice, you know, if this is about the future generations, right, then, you know, peace needs to be had. But at the same time, you hear what they're speaking about, right? You hear what he's saying, right? This guy took 20,000 Ukrainian children, changed their names, gave them Russian names, all types of stuff, right? So they don't even know where these kids are at. They don't even know, right? 20,000, right? So this has always been something that's been going on, right? He's talking about the dates, 2015. He said 2014. Trump said 2015. But all that, they're talking about what's going on, right? We don't know what's going on. We over here. We don't know about the kids being snatched up. We don't know about all of this stuff that's happening, right? We're over here going day in and day out. You can say they're fake, but if you say they're fake, then you have to talk to the Ukraine president because it just came out of his mouth, right?
Today, and how does this provide long-term security for Ukraine?
Well, we don't know exactly how much because
take it with a grain of salt.
Money in a fund,
hey, listen, you know they told us alien exists, and we still going to work every day. You know we taking everything with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? You know we taking everything with a grain of salt. You know.
As you know, our country doesn't have much raw earth. We have a lot of oil and gas, but we don't have a lot of the raw earth. And what we do have is protected by the environmentalists, but that could be unprotected. But still, it's not very much. They have.
Y'all hit that like button or hit that dislike button. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down. Hit something. Just engage with the screen. Hit thumbs up, thumbs down. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you like the live, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. All right. You can find it at the top of your screen. At the top of your screen, you should find a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
So this has just about every component of the raw earth that we need for computers.
You'll never trust YT again or anyone who loves them. Damn, that's hard, Truth. That's hard, Truth. I hope you find it in your heart to, you know, deal with that.
They're not going to go back to fighting. I've spoken with President Putin. And I feel very strong. I've known him for a long time.
Well, you know, Putin's trying to make the next location in Moscow. You know, Putin's trying to make the next location in Moscow. You know, and that might include the president of the Ukraine, right? If the next meeting, if they all have to sit down again to sign this, it might be in Moscow. The next meeting might mess around, be in Moscow, let's say around November, right? They might push it sooner than that, right? But I'm pretty sure they're pushing for this, you know, either, you know, towards maybe at the end of this month or maybe sooner, right? But they're pushing towards another meeting. I don't know if they're scheduling it in Moscow or whatever. I don't think the Ukrainian president will actually schedule or go to a meeting in Moscow. Maybe he will want to do it on a more neutral territory somewhere, something of that nature. Not sure. But as of right now, there is going to be another, you know, conversation. There is going to be, you know, because you look at all the players on the table right now. This is being spoke about, you know, in other countries, you know, to see what direction this goes in. This shapes the direction of our future, whether we want to admit it or not. This does determine a lot right here. So this meeting that's taking place today is a powerful meeting because, like I said, that's why they're bringing, you know, the European people, you know, the European parties together, and a lot of other people are coming to this meeting right now. You know, this is why they're bringing these other people, so on and so forth. So this is important, right? Now you can look at it and not see the importance of it, but hey, that's on you, right?
Here we see in the framework, we see really goodwill for this. LNG terminals for us is very important, and I think for security of European continent. We have the biggest storage, gas storage. We have the biggest in Europe. Yes, and we can use it. Use it for LNG. Use it for LNG, and we will do it. And really, we can help Europe because Europe really helped. President Trump said that they made less support, but they are our friends and they are our very supportive partners. They really gave a lot. Mr. President.
Well, it's a lot of bad blood there. It's a lot of bad blood in this involved, right? There's a lot of bad blood, you know, coming from.
Mr. President Trump, you have repeatedly called the deal with Ukraine as a historical one. And as a president of the United States, you make
Yeah, I might agree with you a little bit, Edward. I might agree with you a little bit. I don't think a lot of people are, you know, I don't think a lot of these places, and he just confirmed a lot of these people are not as strong without America backing them up, without the, you know, ties that they have. And I also don't think, I you know, was digging into some stuff earlier today, and, you know, they were saying, you know, with all the sanctions that, you know, Russia is getting from NATO, so on and so forth, they can't really afford too many more sanctions. So Russia is at an all-time, you know, they actually need more help than what they're leading on. Allegedly, supposedly, you know, Russia needs more help than what they're leading on. This is why they are trying to get more land, so on and so forth. And that's one of the things that Putin has to push towards, right? There's a lot of activity that's going on in parts of Russia that is making it uninhabitable, right? And they're not speaking on this activity that's going on, right? They're not speaking on a lot of stuff that's happening and their terrain changing, so on and so forth, but they know that they need to migrate, right? So Russia can't survive without this new territory, right? So that has to be on the table for them. It has to be. Without a shadow of a doubt, Ukraine will have to give up a certain amount of territory for this to you know, come to an agreement.
Never started.
But we'll find out today. We'll find out today.
Will you continue sending military aid to Ukraine after the U.S. signs this agreement with Ukraine?
Yeah, we're going to be continuing.
President Zelensky, do you feel like the U.S. is on your side? That President Trump is on your side at this moment?
What do you think?
He wants to know, do you think that, sort of a stupid question. I guess we wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
I think that the United States on our side from the very beginning of occupation, and I think that President Trump on our side, and of course, I'm sure that the United States President will not stop support. This is crucial for us. It's important for us. Yes. And Putin, the president speaks about the people and the soldiers which are dying, but they came to our territory, they came to our land. They began this war, and they have to stop. And
when you say let's go to...
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is about territory. So, you know, I don't know, like...
Withdraw these enemies, our enemy, withdraw these troops.
They saying that you're not going to be able to get out of this without some type of land exchange. That's what they're trying to tell the Ukrainian. You know, give up some land so that way later on, you know, if it's about your people, then give up some land so that way your people can have peace.
We've had very, very good talks.
President Zelensky just said that there will be no compromises with Vladimir Putin. I just wanted to ask both of you, firstly, are there compromises that you think that President Zelensky is going to have to make? And President Zelensky, is there anything that you might be thinking that you may be able to offer or bring to the table, for example, elections? Thank you.
I think you're going to have to always make compromises. You can't do any deals without compromises. So certainly he's going to have to make some compromises, but hopefully they won't be as big as some people think you're going to have to make. That's all. That's all we can do. I'm here as an arbitrator, as a mediator to a certain extent between two parties that have been very hostile, to put it mildly. They've been very hostile. There's been a vicious war. There's been a vicious war. You know, it's a very level battlefield, and those bullets go out, and as I've said many times, we're talking about it with
I guess it would depend on is his feet grounded or not, right?
The only thing stopping those bullets is a human body. And in the case we're talking about, generally young human bodies are stopping a lot of bullets. It's dead level. That's what it's great farmland. It's great land. It's great farmland, but there's very little protection against the bullets that are being, and other things that are being shot. So all I can do is see if I can get everybody at the table and get an agreement. And I think we're going to end up with an agreement. Otherwise, I wouldn't probably be even here today.
Mr. President, I've got two questions for you. You think ultimately your legacy will be the peacemaker and not the president that led this country into another war?
Ukraine president, he's trying to get some questions in. He's like,
I hope
man,
it will. I mean, I hope I'm going to be remembered as a peacemaker. This would be a great thing if we could do this. I'm doing this to save lives more than anything else. Second is to save a lot of money, but I consider that to be far less important. So I hope I'm going to, thank you, Brian, for that question. It was a nice question. I hope I'll be known and recognized as a peacemaker. This would be a great thing to solve. This is a very dangerous situation. You know, this could lead to a third world war. This was headed in the wrong direction. If this election were lost, if we didn't win this election, and by the way, we won it by a lot. That was a mandate. We won every swing state. We won
oh,
the
come
popular vote by
on,
millions
come
and millions
on.
of votes. We won everything.
Taking the moment to
The
gloat.
districts, you look at the areas of red, take a look at a map. This was a big mandate, and this was one of the things.
Taking the
we're gonna
moment to
get this
gloat.
thing settled. If we didn't win, I think this could have very well ended up in a third world war, and that would not have been a good situation. What was your second
And
question?
my second question for President Zelensky, why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest, why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see people, do you own a suit?
Yeah, problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not
Really?
respecting the
I don't have
dignity of this
such-
office.
I will wear costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yes, maybe one.
Maybe something like this?
something like
Yes,
yours.
sir.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Maybe something better. I don't know. We will see. Maybe something cheaper than yeah.
See,
Thank
that's
you.
going against their custom. Like, see, like he has to right now, their country is in mourning right now. Their children, they're being attacked. It's a custom for them to wear this attire, this black, right? It's a custom. They're in a time of mourning. They're in a time of war, right? That's why he said maybe after the war, maybe after everything, I might put on a suit after everything. But right now, I have to stay true to my people custom, right? Which is this black that you see right now, right? And you're, as American, we need to understand that a little bit more.
Sure, the answer is yes, but hopefully we won't have to send much because I'm looking forward to getting it done quickly, very quickly.
Does that mean provide security guarantees, Mr. President?
I don't want to talk about security yet because I want to get the deal done. You fall into the same trap like everybody else. A million times you say it over and over. I want to get the deal done. Security is so easy. That's about 2% of the problem.
Yeah, he should have been putting time out for that. That question was an asinine. I mean, I don't know, maybe, but to me, that question was redundant. Like, he should have just left that alone. Like, he ain't no point of him. Like, that was a stupid question. But, hey, I guess, like I was always taught, a stupid question is a question not asked,
We have security in a different form. We'll have workers there digging, taking the raw earth so that we can create a lot of great product in this country. So in that sense, you have something, but we haven't determined that yet. I will say, in speaking to France and in speaking to, and they were here, as you know, last week and just the other day, they have committed to a lot of security. I don't think you're going to need much security. I think once this deal gets done, it's over. Russia's not going to want to go back, and nobody's going to want to go back. When this deal ends, I really believe this deal is going to be over. Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. President, thank you. You had U.S. Senator Macron and Keir Starmer at the White House this past week, both of whom praised your courage and conviction to lead the pathway towards peace.
Yes.
Part of that involved, though, re-engaging Russia.
Zelensky, at this time, Zelensky was unsure of it. Like, hopefully, it's a little bit more leaning towards like a peace. this next conversation today, but this is the previous conversation if you're just now coming in. This is February's
It's a very
meeting.
good question. It's a pathway to peace. It's a pathway to getting something solved. And I feel that as the head of this country, I have an obligation to do that. Plus, you know, we're very much involved. We got involved. It's too bad we got involved because there should have been no involvement, because there should have been no war. And there shouldn't have been October 7th. That would have never happened. As you know, Iran was broke. They had no money to give to Hezbollah. They had no money to give to Hamas. They were stone cold broke. And then under Biden, they became rich as hell. They went from no money to $300 billion in a period of 4 years. And they gave a lot of that money away, and you see what happened. And that's a real mess also that we hope to be able to solve. But no, I appreciate your question very much. It's just, I feel I have an obligation to try and do something to stop the death.
I say just keep giving Iran support and Russia will end the war themselves in about 6 to 10 months.
Even though I think he's a great guy, by the way. But I don't know if you two like each other, but you know, I think he's dressed.
I like this guy.
I think he's dressed beautiful.
So I have more serious things than answer on such questions. I will answer on more serious questions if I can. Yeah. So please, about security guarantees. And about just
Look, Trump had to wink at the supporter Brian. Trump had to give a wink to the supporter Brian because, you know, I mean, to the reporter Brian. Let him know, like, hey, man, I like you.
I have this experience, and not only me. Ukraine, before my presidency, from the 2014, Putin broken 25 times. 25 times. He broken his own signature. 25 times he broken ceasefire.
But he never broke to me. He never broke to me.
No, you were the president. You were the president during.
He never broke to me.
In 2016, you've been the president, Mr. President. You've been the president, but he had, of course, not with you, but he had during those period, he had conversations with our side. And we had Normandy format, you know, the France, Germany, Ukraine, and Russia. And he broken 25 times. That's why we will never accept just ceasefire. It will not work without security guarantees. Security guarantees, maybe President is right about this document and other, but this document is not enough. Strong army is enough because his soldiers afraid, Putin's soldiers afraid of our soldiers when we're strong enough. If we are not strong enough, if we are empty, if our storage is empty, we can't defend our land. Today, you know, he knows that we have, all the world knows that we have meeting, yes? Why he's using ballistic? Putin today using ballistic on our hospitals, schools, and it says ballistic. So he knows that we are here and that President Trump is really have goodwill to stop this war. And you hear now the president. So why he's using? So he doesn't want to stop. He doesn't want. But I hope that we will do it. Really, we'll do it. Security, when we speak about security guarantees, when the Europeans are ready for contingents, they need USA backstop. If there will not be United States, we will not never have any contingents, strong contingents from the Europeans, because they don't want to divide alliance, connection between the United States.
I mean, he's trying.
And strongest ally. And
Trump is trying. I mean, in order to have peace, you got to be at the table. He's sitting at the table with some of these people, right? Nothing beat a failure but a try, right? So you can't say he's failed. You can't say he's failing because nothing beat a failure but a try. So we can say that he's trying, right? And the world can do with a trying man, right? I'm not saying that everything that he's trying to do is good, right? The statement that they have for Barack Obama, that is the common ground that him and Putin is probably sitting on, right? The statement that they have for Barack Obama and the Democratic Party, that is probably the leverage or not knowledge, but that's probably the doorway that he's using to, get in there with Putin, right? But he's at the table, though.
That's 2%.
He's at the
This
table.
document, maybe other documents. It's a very good start, very good, but it will not enough to stop this person.
Should Russia pay to rebuild Ukraine?
Mr.
President, under these
Should Russia pay to rebuild Ukraine?
They have to pay.
This question
This is the rule. This is rule of the war. This is the rule of the war. During all the centuries, all the history, this is the rule of the war. Who began, those pay.
Do you agree?
This is the rule. Putin began this war. He has to pay all money for innovation. He has to pay. Of course, some Russian assets what they have in Europe.
Don't miss up to 1,000.
So he's saying, like, you know,
The United States also, we can do it, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
Because I want to know.
Wait, 1 second.
I asked this question that you didn't like because I wanted to know if you want to position yourself in the middle between Russia and
Yes.
Ukraine or on the Ukraine side.
I'm in the middle. I want to solve this thing. I'm for both. I want to get it solved. And it's wonderful to speak badly about somebody else, but I want to get it solved. If we can solve it, great. If we can't solve it, they're going to have to fight it out, and who knows what's going to happen. But I want to see it get solved.
see, Trump knows that this could possibly lead to World War III. Everybody knows that this could possibly lead to World War III.
Send additional troops to Eastern Europe, including Poland, my country. Are you committed to keeping these troops on the eastern flank of NATO in the future?
I'm very committed to Poland. I think Poland has really stepped up and done a great job for NATO. They, as you know, they paid more than they had to. They are one of the finest groups of people I've ever known. I'm very committed to Poland.
What about Baltics?
Poland's in a tough neighborhood, you know.
What about the Baltics?
The Baltics, they get a lot of, it's a tough neighborhood too, but we're committed. We're gonna be
It's
very
NATO's
committed.
fault?
We're committed to NATO. But NATO
You
has to
cannot
step up,
negotiate
and the
with
Europeans have to
tyrants.
step up more than they have.
Trump talks
And I
a
wanna
good
see them
talk, but he
equalize
can't do
because they
nothing to
are in for
Putin.
far less than we're.
You're right.
And they
You
should be
think
at
so?
least equal.
But with
You
NATO,
understand that? Why is the United States, we have an ocean in between. Why is the United States in for so much more money and other things as Europe? With that being said, and as you said, they've also been obviously very helpful. But we have put in far more than they have. And I think they should equalize.
watch his body.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
About the agreement again today, what changed between the first time that Secretary Bessent gave President Zelensky the agreement and today for the signing?
We made a deal.
So, what was the
I'm just-
deciding factor?
I'm a business.
Zelensky
person.
do
We made
not
a deal.
like some of these questions. Look at Zelensky's body language. Zelensky is like, look at his body language. He's like,
Mr. President,
motherfucker.
what and how do you envision a trilateral summit with President Zelensky and Putin?
I don't know,
under
but,
these
well,
circumstances?
they don't like each other, I can tell you that.
Look. Watch
They don't like
Zelensky's
each
body
other. It's not a
language.
love match, and it's unfortunate. That's why you're in this situation. The United States should not have allowed this to happen, okay?
Listen
The
to what he
United
say
States,
about Obama.
run by a man that didn't know much. I'm gonna be very nice. Run by an incompetent person, very incompetent person, should never have allowed this to happen. I've stopped wars, I've stopped many wars. My people will tell you, I stopped wars that nobody ever heard about. I stopped wars before they ever started. You can look at some of, I could give you a lot of nations that would tell you right now they were probably going to war. I could tell you right now there's a nation thinking about going to war on something that nobody in this room has ever even heard about. Two smaller nations, but big, still big. And I think I've stopped it. But this should have never happened.
Mr. President.
About sorry, just a second. About any negotiations. First of all, I want really to tell you, and I think that everybody understands.
This where it gets ugly right here.
More than Ukrainians, nobody wants to stop this war. But in the future, any negotiations, it's understandable.
This is where it get ugly.
Two sides of the war, not Russia and the United States, because this is not the war between Russia and the United States. This is war of Russia against Ukraine and Ukrainian people. So these two sides will be at the anyway will be at the negotiation table. Then of course United States, like the strongest partner of the Ukraine, and of course Europe, I think Europe is very important. I want to speak about it with the president. Yes, Europe is very important for us because we really defend Europe for today. All Europeans really recognize that we are defending the line and they have real life and our people are dying. That's why they helped us. And also it's about the need. Yes, between, like the president said, you have big, nice ocean. Yes, between us. But if we will not stay, Russia will go further to Baltics and to Poland, by the way. But first to the Baltics. It's understandable for them because they've been.
He's saying so. If the Ukraine don't stand up now, eventually this war is going to be at our front door. If they get Baltics.
If we will not stay, you will fight. Your American soldiers. It doesn't matter. Do you have ocean or not? Your soldiers will fight.
Eventually.
Would you be willing to visit Ukraine, maybe Kyiv or Odessa, which is going to be a...
That's what he's saying. Eventually, you're going to have to fight. If we don't stand now and stop it now, you're going to have to fight.
Making a deal, getting peace. We don't have to talk about Odessa, but a lot of cities have been destroyed. A lot of cities that are not recognizable. There's not a building standing.
No.
And a lot of
things have to you have to come and to look. No. We have very good cities. Yes, a lot of things have been destroyed, but mostly cities alive and people work and children go to school. Sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes closer to front line, children have to go to underground schools or online, but we live. Ukraine is fighting and Ukraine lives. This is very important. And maybe it's Putin who is sharing this information that he destroyed us. No, he lost 700,000.
You're right. War is money for a lot of people. Listen, we're not over there in the Ukraine. You know, there was a lot of knowledge that was put out. There was a lot of disinformation that was put out on both sides. People were using propaganda as a way to justify means of attacks, right? So hopefully we could just come up with some type of idea of peace or move into a direction of peace.
I've dealt with him for a long time. He had to suffer through the Russia hoax. You know, Russia was a hoax. It was all Biden. It was nothing to do with him. So he had to suffer through that, and he was able to do that. I think that he wants to make a deal, and he'd like to see it end. That's all I do. That's what I do. My whole life, that's what I do is make deals. I'm in the middle of a mess.
Kathy, you be quiet.
This is a real mess.
You be quiet, Kathy.
It's a very dangerous one.
I'm hosting this live, not you. I'm the host.
It's not going to get solved for a long time, so I hope we're going to get it solved. In the back, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Prime Minister Starmer claimed repeatedly that his government believes in free speech and was not engaged in censorship. But his country's government arrests people for memes and thought crimes, and even more worrisome is pressuring American companies to censor Americans on its behalf. How can he be a reliable, trustworthy
Let Russia turn Ukraine into a parking lot. Damn, Paul, you mean as hell.
We actually spoke to him about that yesterday, and we thought they took it very much too far. JD was very strong on it.
Right, Sean, get on her.
So was Marco.
Get on her. Coming in here with that be quiet
Marco,
talk.
would you like to say something about that?
We have concerns, obviously, with the conduct of those, particularly as it
we don't
impacts
even have
Americans.
stockpiles
And there's real concern that
anymore.
American speech, which is online, could fall into the hands of British or any country's jurisdiction.
God
And so
will
this is a
use
point the Vice
ordinary
President made
people
at
to
Munich,
do
and I
extraordinary
think it's a very
things.
compelling one that
Absolutely,
unites us
bro.
as a group.
Absolutely.
As much as anything else is these shared values, and one of them
We
being
gotta keep
free
some
speech.
shit
And so
if
Americans
something
are
pops
threatened by it.
off. I think if anything do pop off, I think we need to, stay clear of a World War III or a possibility of it. I think, nuke talk is on the table. Certain people, Korea, North Korea, so on and so forth, they'd probably love to see some type of destruction take place. But I think we got to stay on the table of maybe moving towards positivity and possible peace, right? And as long as we're heading in that direction, keep reminding people that this is about peace, this is about the people, then we're going to be headed in a good direction. All right? Speak it into existence.
But it remains to be seen. The principle that will guide us is we believe in free speech in this country and we'll fight for it for American citizens.
Mr. President, on the deal, is there any other oil and gas component to the deal? Is it all critical?
A little bit. We'll see.
on LNG?
But we're not really looking for that so much. We got a lot. We have more than anybody in the world by far. So no, we're not talking about it too much, but a little bit. I think it affects also, but for the most part, no.
And sir, is there any agreement from Ukraine to purchase US LNG as part of the deal, or is that on the table at all?
No, we don't need that.
Some of those
Mr. President, I
minerals
just
are in
wanted
the
to ask
east,
you
Mr.
about,
President.
you just mentioned that you'd spoken to Vladimir Putin a couple of days ago. Just to be clear, that's a new call, not the one that you...
I've spoken to him on numerous occasions.
Okay.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why I would rather sit down and have talks about peace as opposed to talks about problems. You know what I mean?
We're going to have a deal.
On the minerals deal, Mr. President.
President
some of
Trump
those minerals
values
are in the east
human
of
life,
Ukraine, not far from
not
the
like
front
those
lines
other.
in areas that Russia has occupied. Will you direct
Right, I
President
think we need to
Putin
focus on
withdraw
life
forces
here.
from those areas if there's U.S. interest
Well,
there?
we'll take a look at the time. We have a lot of area.
Yeah, I
it's a
agree
very
with
big area
you.
we're
I
talking
agree
about.
with you
So
on
we'll
that
take a
one.
look. I'll study that and I'll see.
And who would protect those minerals?
Vance
if
just
they
got to
are U.S.
keep
interested?
jumping
Would that
in.
be Ukraine
And he
or
really
Russia?
stirred up a lot of this right here. What you, the interaction that you about to see take place, Vance stirred up a lot of it.
I just told you, I don't think that's going to happen. And if that were gonna
I can't
happen,
wait
I
to
wouldn't
see
make a
what
deal.
today's
If I thought that was gonna
conversation
happen,
looks
I wouldn't
like
make a deal.
after 12 o'clock. And we're going to bring you that too later on, but we just wanted to bring you this part so you can get updated on how bad that first conversation went.
Because CNN's got such low ratings, I don't think they're going to survive.
This first interaction went bad. It was bad on our side. You know, as American people, sitting there throwing it in his face how much he needs us and how bad his people will be without us. And if we was to pull out, he surely would lose without our support, right? I think, you know, having a little bit more decorum. He's talking about his people, the children that is missing, so on and so forth. He's saying that Russia took, you know, they're bombing hospital, schools, allegedly, supposedly, right? He's saying that they took 20,000 children, changed their name, gave them Russian names, made them Russian, right? So, you know, there's a lot going on that we are not speaking on, right? A
You
lot.
want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" It doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States.
The game's almost over.
Right here, he says, you know, he's aligned with the United States, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to
Look,
make a
this
deal
is
with
this
that
is
guy.
where
He's got
things go
tremendous
bad right
hatred.
here.
And I understand that, but
He said he got
I can tell you
tremendous
the other
hatred
side isn't
for
exactly
Putin.
in love with, you know, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I will respond to this. So look, for 4 years, the United
This
States
is where shit goes
we had a
bad.
president who stood
Right
at
here.
press conferences and
This
talked
is where
tough
shit
about
goes
Vladimir
bad.
Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace,
Blaming it on
and the path to
Obama
prosperity
that he
is
attacked
maybe engaging
Ukraine.
in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of
'Cause
Joe
Obama
Biden
talked
thumping
shit.
our chest and pretending that the
Or
president
Biden
of the
talked
United
shit, I'm
States'
sorry.
words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied it.
This is where it goes bad.
our part-
This is where it
big
goes
parts of
bad.
Ukraine, part of East and Crimea.
Hopefully we don't have a
So he
repeat of
occupied it
this.
On 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was
He gets in his
Obama,
feelings
then
right here with his
President Obama,
response.
Then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014.
2014 and
2014.
Yeah. So
I was
he killed.
not here.
Yeah, but,
That's exactly
but-
right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, Yeah, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him.
Listen to the response. This is where shit goes left right here.
My bilateral conversation.
We cannot have a repeat of this.
Me, like a new president, in 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share the live.
Yes,
Hit the like
after
button.
that, he
Hit that arrow
broke
button
the
and
ceasefire.
copy the link.
He
Share the
killed our
live.
people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it.
Make sure you subscribe
What
to the
kind of
page.
diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the
Now
destruction.
listen to this response.
Mr. President,
Listen
with
to this
respect, I think
response.
it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the
Wow.
American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
To Ukraine that you say what problems we have.
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour,
response
Mr.
was
President.
crazy.
Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have
And do you think that it's
I
respectful
will answer.
to come to the Oval Office of the
Look at
United
how
States
he's
of
yelling
America
at
and
him.
attack the
You're
administration
yelling at the
trying to
president of the
prevent
Ukraine. Like,
destruction
oh
of
man,
A lot of
we
questions.
cannot
Let's start
have
from
this
the beginning.
again.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know that.
bless. You will not
You
have
gotta-
a war.
Don't tell us what we're gonna feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're gonna feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering.
position.
Yeah, see, Trump took that as a threat. Trump took that as a threat.
To dictate what we're gonna feel. We're gonna feel very
You will
good.
feel influence.
We're gonna feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and
of
he
the
happens
war.
to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position.
I
You don't
was
have the cards right now.
Damn.
With us, you start having
not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you don't,
We're
you're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
We're not playing cards.
You're gambling with
Listen.
the lives of millions of people.
Damn.
You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country,
I'm
that's
with all
back to you,
respect to you.
far more than a lot of people said
Very
they should
respect.
have.
Have you said thank you
Damn.
once? This
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's
Can I-
in big
can-
trouble.
Can I
Wait a minute.
answer?
No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big
Damn.
trouble.
I know.
You're not
Fuck.
winning.
No.
You're not winning this.
Wait,
You
oh
have a damn
man.
good chance of
We are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war.
You're not
We've been
winning
alone,
this.
And we are thankful. I
Damn.
said
You
thank
haven't
you
been
in this
alone.
cabinet.
You
and
haven't been
not only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you through this.
I would've walked out.
$350 billion.
I would've walked out.
Military equipment.
You
And you
voted
but they
shit.
use our military.
What about
If you didn't have our military equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days.
We're playing it because they're having a new meeting today. So we're bringing everybody up to par. So that way, the 12 o'clock meeting today, people will have context. People will know how the first meeting went. People will know why the people in the backdrop is actually coming to this meeting, right?
Rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't please,
you're running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers.
Fuck.
It would be a damn good
Fuck.
Then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a
Fuck.
ceasefire.
Damn, he's
I
mocking
wanna
him in
go,
his
and I want
face.
this. Look,
Fuck.
If you could get a ceasefire
I don't
right now,
want
I
a
tell you,
ceasefire.
you take it, so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a
But I
ceasefire?
said to you,
I want a
with
ceasefire.
guarantees.
Because you get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
That
what
wasn't
is-
with me.
It
That was
wasn't
with
with you.
a guy.
Yeah,
named
this
Biden
time
who was
hopefully
not
he
a
don't.
smart
He,
person.
hopefully he
That
don't
was
talk
with-
this
that
time. I
was
mean,
with
not don't
Obama.
talk, but hopefully he.
Excuse me, that
Fuck.
was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is, Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You gotta be more thankful. Because let me tell you, you
Damn.
don't have the cards.
Damn,
With
I-
us, you have the cards.
Fuck.
But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to I'm sorry.
It's gonna be a tough deal to make,
Um,
because the attitudes have to change.
what if
Damn.
ceasefire? What if Trump agrees?
I don't think this conversation went.
Understand that
Yikes.
What are you saying?
She's asking what if Russia.
That was a hard read right
What if
there.
what if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now?
Damn, that was a
What if
tough
they broke
read.
it? I don't know,
Fuck.
they broke it with Biden, because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden.
Right, that was
Joe
that
Biden
was not
scam.
no way to
Hillary
speak to a
Clinton,
president.
Shifty Adam
Like
Schiff,
I
it
know
was a
his country
Democrat
has to be
scam. And we
irate
gotta go
that
through that.
they
And he
watch
did go
their
through it.
president
He
get
didn't end up
talked
in
to
a war.
like that. Man,
We
I
went
hope
through
this
it. He was
second
accused of all that
conversation do
stuff.
not
He had
go
nothing to do
nowhere
with it. It
near
came out of
those
Hunter
grounds of
Biden's
attitudes.
Bathroom. It came out of
I
Hunter
hope they
Biden's
don't bring
bedroom.
those attitudes to the
It was
table at
disgusting.
all.
And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all
Damn,
that
don't
stuff.
do that. Don't say
All
down
I
with
can
the
say is
U.S.
this.
I mean, we could
He might have
change.
broken deals with
We could
Obama
change. We
and
could be
Bush,
better.
and he
Give
might
us a
have
chance to
broken
be
with
better,
Biden.
man.
He did.
We
Maybe he
people
didn't. I
too.
don't know what happened.
Give us a
But he
chance to
didn't
be
break it
better.
with me.
We can
He
learn to
wants
love.
make a deal. I don't know
Give
if
us
he
a
can make a
chance.
deal. The problem
Yes, this is an old
I've
video.
empowered you to be a tough.
Okay, once again, the reason why we're playing this is because you guys can. Hold on, we got to hear this part.
But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think?
Damn, look, he wants to say something so bad. That's why he did the nose thing, because he wants to speak so bad. But maybe today with the new conference hearing that's taking place at 12, we'll come back roughly around 1. Or something like that. If we can catch the conference today live, we'll catch it. Maybe today's conference will go way better than this one. This was a shit show back in February, if I do say so myself. Maybe they'll eliminate so many cameras, it being a live thing. I'm not sure how they'll approach it this time, but let's hope that everybody stay on a level of respect, level of understanding that is more towards peace. Yes, even though American is giving a lot of support to the Ukraine, and without us backing them, they might not look as tough as they are seeming. We should not use that support as a way to bully them, because then we're not doing anything but looking the same way as the people that we are backing them against, right? Plus, there's children involved. This is why, Melania wrote the letter about the children, right? Other people are keeping more track of this Ukrainian war than what we are, right? Children are missing. Children was taken, right? According to the Ukraine president, there's 2,000 or 20,000 children that the Russians took, gave Russian names to, so on and so forth. He's asking for them children back, right? Now, I don't know how much inclined Putin would be into giving those children back. I don't even think Putin will admit that there's children taken, right? Because that would admit that the Russians are having a problem with procreation, right? Because if you got to go into another country and take children and rename them and so on and so forth, what's going on with your youth? Are y'all not producing enough? You know what I mean? So right there, it says that something's not right. I don't know if we're going to look into that. I don't know if we're going to dig into that part of this, so on and so forth. But there's a lot of truths coming out in all of this, right? Russia might not be in such a great position as they say they are in, right? And this is why they're pushing for, nuclear war, siding with, North Korea, sitting down at the table with these different variations. And, let's be honest, Russia's not a great place. There, according to what was told to us, going back in the history and so on and so forth, right? But at the same time, how do you sit down and have a conversation about peace? How do you go about doing that, right? One has to come to a, acceptance of differences in all of this, right? One would have to say, okay, everybody has different opinions in all of this. Everybody has different, problems that took place in the past, reasons why they're fighting this battle. Some people do it for the people. Ukraine might feel like if they sell out, if they give in, then there's everything that they fought for is for naught, right? If we lose out, if this happens, so on and so forth, then everything was for nothing, right? Russia might feel like if we don't get this territory, right, our people is going to die off anyway, right? So we need this territory, right? Ukraine is feeling like they can't give up the territory because they didn't start this war, they didn't start this battle, and everybody that they lost because of it, it'll be a letdown to the people, right? So both parties have its differences, right? Disdainment, if you would say, in the matter. But at the same time, someone has to sit down at the table to try to bring forth a level of peace, right? So hopefully with the conversation, exactly, right? So hopefully with the conversation that takes place today, hopefully it's nothing like February's conversation, right? Hopefully it does not go in the direction that February conversation went in with all of these attitudes being thrown around. I seen a lot of, the body language was so off, right? There were so many times that the president of the Ukraine wanted to intervene and say something, and he did a great job at biting his tongue, knowing that he does need the American people or the American, support, whatever. He did a great job at biting his tongue that first meeting. Hopefully with the involvement of these particular people right here, hopefully we can get in the direction of a conversation of peace. I do think that Ukraine is going to have to give up some territory, right? I'm not sure what the agreement might be, right? But Russia is, I don't know if y'all are familiar with what's going on in Saudi Arabia. Is it Saudi Arabia? Where is it at? All of that nuclear, I gotta look it up. But, Russia is not getting their crops are not, they're not getting the crop lands that they want. They're not getting what you think they're getting. And they either need more support. The sanctions are hurting them. All the sanctions that Russia has been going through, they can't afford any more sanctions right now, if we're being honest. Yes, Putin's arrogance and, him being so boastful, that's that Russian blood, to sit there and keep on doing attacks after attacks. But those sanctions are really hurting the Russian people. And, their crops are not coming in enough to support. Their land does not support a lot of crop growing, right? So they need new territory in order to, gain, a better population. right? Remember, this is all about population. If you ain't got crops and you ain't got enough crops or enough good soil to actually feed your people, then you actually depending on more trades than anything. If you already been sanctioned a bunch and your trades is not coming in like you need them to, right? Because you ain't sitting right with NATO and, you know, so on and so forth, right? And you got all these sanctions put on you already. Russia got so many sanctions right now that, you know, they can't really do anything, right? So in order for Russia to grow, they need new croplands. They need new croplands, okay? So they need somebody to give them more. This is the same reason why, you know, Hitler took 2 million soldiers and traveled to Argentina or wherever he ended up at, right? This is why a lot of different people migrated, right? Yeah, they used to have Alaska before they sold it to America, and they're still disputing that right now, whether or not Alaska, whatever, you know. So, yeah, but at the same time, what I'm saying is Russia needs, you know, some land. You know what I'm saying? Russia needs some land. Ukraine is saying that, look, if we don't stop them here, then they're going to go to the next spot, right? So once they take us over, eventually this is going to come knocking at your door, right? If we don't, you know, because, you know, you can look at the game of Risk, right? You can look at the game board Risk, right? And if you look at the game board Risk, then you see all the territory that would need to be taken in order for Russia to maintain superpower, right? Ukraine needs land, yes.
But still, it's not very much. They have among the best in the world in terms of rural. So we're going to be.
But remember, there was also a lot of scientists that came out, you know, that came out of a lot of places, you know, a lot of scientists that still, you know, exist in some other places, so on and so forth, right? Remember, they found, you know, a bunker, allegedly, supposedly, they found a bunker in Antarctica that had, you know, different secrets and stuff in it, right? So, like I said, you know, I was just giving you guys pulling you guys up on what took place during the last meeting, right? So that way we can get a better understanding of this current meeting, right? And hopefully we can all get a grander idea of what is on the table, what's taking place, why it is so hard for them to come up with a peace agreement, why a ceasefire agreement will not work, right? Ukraine is not secure with a ceasefire. They already watched Putin break all of these ceasefires that was put in place previously, right? So a ceasefire conversation is not something that's on the table, right? Both parties need to have some sort of peace treaty, okay? So there has to be some treaty of peace, and they have to be whole to that. That's why the president of the Ukraine is asking for certain security around this, right? Now, they are saying that the Ukraine will never be a part of NATO. But if a peace treaty is agreed upon, right, this will secure the Ukraine's, at least give them some type of NATO security, right? And that's what today's meeting is about. Today's meeting will more be so about what the Ukraine is going to be guaranteed. You need more people at the table to say, okay, we agree with this, we agree with this, we agree with this. This is why you have France, Finland, Europe, Italy, so on and so forth, coming to the White House today, right? Because all of them want to see and know what this entails, right? So a lot of them are bringing themselves to the table. We will keep you informed. So the It's set for 12 o'clock. We will try to go live during that time. We're going to take a break now to try to get more of what's going on, to keep you guys updated and keep it in track. Replay Gang, do your thing, right? Replay Gang, do your thing. Shout out to Replay Gang. Love, light to everybody. Knowledge, truth, wisdom, enlightenment to everybody. Ralph, my twin, is here. The one I had you rap and you said tell him to check on something, and I figured. Oh yeah, okay. So just type in Duke Dennis in Spotify, and you guys will see that Atlas Family Music Productions. We actually get people music out there, help people produce music. We are on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, so on and so forth. So if you guys are serious about your music, we want to help you guys for free get your music out there on platforms, so on and so forth. We want to work with you for free to get your music out there on platforms and stuff like that. All you got to do is type in Duke Dennis and Spotify. Our song will come up, Duke Dennis shit. You could check out the other music that we put out there. Also with the Atlas Family Productions. We want to help you guys for free. I haven't heard you guys yet, but you guys support me and I want to support you guys. So we want to help you guys for free. So reach out to me via email, or come over to the Discord, or go to my Instagram, reach out, or however, just send a message on here in the comment section, and I will reply to the message, and we'll find a way to reach out, so on and so forth. So you support me, I want to support you. I also have multiple platforms on TikTok. If you are on TikTok, I would like for you to come over there, and I will hold a panel whenever you are free. I want to hold a panel promoting you and putting you out there as far as that goes. If you hold a podcast, or if you and your brother do a podcast or some sort of sit down, I would like to sit down with you guys and not only invite you to the table, but also help build your table. If you need help building your social media, we run a social media management company. We can help build a link tree for you, and help build a TikTok for you, a YouTube for you. If you do Twitch, we're going to help you with that also, all free, all courtesy of the Atlas family. And we are doing this because united we stand, divided we fall. So we want to support you. So please reach out. Glad to have you here, glad to have your support, and I'm glad to show support in return. So we do have a good team around us, so allow our team to become your team, and let's get on with this growth. You guys seem like a great sounds like you guys are striving to be better, and I want to help you guys do that. You know how Camden is. You know how it can suck you in. You know how the street can become you. I know how it is, and I want to tell you guys to keep striving to positivity, keep looking for a better way out, and whatever way we can help you guys get that way out, please reach out and help us. If it's help with a link tree, if it's a backdrop, if it's a cover for a CD, if it's putting your music out there, if it's just coming on the panel to rap, if it's just coming, however you want to do this, let us help you as much as we can for free. I don't know you guys, you don't know me, but I think if we support each other, especially through social media, especially through some of our platforms, allow my space to become your space, and I think we become great within that. And that's all it's really about, right? Becoming great and trying to find the better in each other, right? So that's what this is about. That's what we're striving towards. Like I said, great things is happening. Allow those great things to happen. I just wanted to give you guys an update on this, so later on you can understand exactly what's going on and everything like that. So that way we can move forward with this and keep up to date with what's going on. This is very important. This is a pivotal point in history, whether or not this peace can be sought or reached. I think it's going to change a lot. And like I said, just being at the table changes a lot, right? Just being at the table changes a lot, right? You know, so that's a great thing. Like I said, and once again, we do music. You can check us out on Spotify. Here's one of the good songs that we have. You can also check out different variations of videos that we put out there on Atlas Family Productions or Atlas Family Studios. I think you can check that out on YouTube, Atlas Family Studios. You can also check us out on TikTok. We have multiple TikTok pages, Energy of Atlas over there. Like I said, it's all about building a brand, building that network, building that unity. Let's grow together, right? The more we know together, the better we can grow together, all right? Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Another great live. I appreciate all of y'all for being here. I appreciate everybody that hit the like button. Hell, I appreciate the people that didn't hit the like button, all right? Just being here, just your presence, just giving us your attention, just being in this space. We appreciate you. For the last couple of minutes of the show, why don't you put what city you're in? I might be in a city near you. Put what state you're in. Put what country you're in. Rep your set. Love is love. Namaste. Ashe. Salutations. Look, there is no me without you, right? We're better together, okay? If you know together, we grow together. We're better together. Let's do that, all right? So, love is love, people. Love is love. Kent, okay? Berlin, Germany in the building. Love is love. Camden, New Jersey in the building. Always CMD, you know. You want some black tea? Won't you come and take a sip? You serving black tea. Texas in the building. Hawaii in the building. Love is love, Hawaii. Hey, you know, Ohana. Ohana means family. Everybody knows what Ohana means, right? Love is love, man. Appreciate you for being here. Hope you subscribe to the page. Hope you got the notifications on, man. Hey, salutations and salute to you. Love is love. Hey, you like black tea? I like black tea too, man. Hey, I got a couple of cups. I got some Lipton in the freezer right now. You know, some cold. I like mine's cold. I do serve it hot every now and again, but you know, I like mine's cold. You know, sit down with your boy. Enjoy each other's company one time, man. We growing over here. Atlas family is growing. I want to introduce you into the family. I want all of y'all to be a part of the family, man. Join the Discord. Check out the link in the bio. Click more. Join the Discord. You know, sign the petition for human rights. I think we can do better together. I think we owe it to each other to do better together, man. Love is love, man. Hey, man, Jelly Bean, man, make sure y'all reach out, man. I definitely want to help you guys. And it's free. It's free. Ain't no catch to it or nothing, man. Let me know what you need. If you know social media, if you got accounts already, let's get those accounts linked. Let's create a link tree for you. Let's create a Discord for you, right? If you got a Discord, let me know so we can promote that Discord. There's so many different ways that we can help each other. Let's find more ways to help each other, man. I'm tired of hurting each other. I want to help each other, all right? That's what we doing over here, okay? Let's go. All right, you have a Discord? All right, check us out on Discord or hit me up on Discord, Energy of Atlas 111. Energy of Atlas 111 on Discord. Energy of Atlas. Can one of the mods type that in the comment section? Energy of Atlas 111. Hey, lock in with us. Like I said, we on Spotify. We on Spotify, baby. Lock in with us. Go check out our music. Thought I was living life, but now I met you. This is called Heaven Sent. We also have a video for this. Can I forget you? So long. Hey, and make sure you and your brother join my my TikTok, man, my gaming platform on TikTok. We talk about stuff over there too, but I can help you grow a lot faster over there. Energy of Atlas over on TikTok. Make sure you follow that page on TikTok. If you don't have a TikTok, make a TikTok. It's the fastest way to grow in social media, right? It's one of the fastest ways to grow in social media. So make a TikTok, all right? Help me help you. Help me help you. Absolutely, absolutely, man. Look forward to it. Look forward to it. Great things is happening, man. Great things is happening. Hey, love and light to everybody, man. Hope you got your notification on. Hope to see you here next conversation, right? We're going to get some updates on what's going on. Okay? You can go check us out on Spotify. If you like the music, go check it out. Give us a review. Come back, comment. Come back, let me know what you think. Hope to see more people in the Discord. Once again, we are moving in a loving direction, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay, things are changing greatly around us. You know, as you guys can see, the algorithm is also changing, right? Let's be a part of that. Remember, even Bruce Lee knew the secret. He said, be water. Water can flow or water can crash, right? Be water, right? So we're either going to be flowing or we're going to be crashing out, right? No more crashing out, okay? Knowledge and wisdom rules the air. Let's be of that, right? And be greater together within that, right? Peace and love to everybody out there. I hope you guys have a great day on purpose. Atlas family, you guys know what we're doing. You guys know what we're about. Replay game. Appreciate you guys, right? And, you know, before we go, I just want to tell people, man, join the Discord. Get in the Discord. That's where the party's going on at. Absolutely it is. We trying to start movie night. We trying to start game night. We trying to do giveaways. We trying to do battles. Hey, get in the Discord. We got music. We got art. Love is love. Take a part. Let's go. Get to the Discord. The party's going on in the Discord. You can never be bored in the Discord. You know where we at. Hey, we're gonna be sponsored by Discord pretty soon. I'm trying to get in touch with some Discord representatives so that way our song can get sponsored by Discord. Don't worry about it. We moving in a lot of directions, people. Just continue to be loving, okay? Yeah. You can never be bored in the Discord. We're not here. We're over there, socializing and sharing. So I better see you in the Discord. Yeah, we're revamping things. I gotta get a whole new list of mods. So if you want to be a mod, I gotta see you over in the Discord, right? We're trying to get some new mods over here. We're trying to get some new people in here, get a new flow in here, right? So yeah, we're all calling all people. If you got time on your hands, you want to be a mod, come over to the Discord, right? Replay game. Love is love, man. We try to get more people. We're trying to get new people. We're reaching out to a brander audience, right? Let's keep on doing what we do, all right? And yes, we're going to get some more mods. Yes, we're going to get some more people. That's how this thing works. The party's going on in the Discord. You can never be bored in the Discord. When we're not here, we're over there. Hold on. I got you guys. I'm about to put the Discord link in there. Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm about to make a new one and put it in there. Chill. Give me a second, please.
guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? I'll give anything to know. Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? Cause if you're guilty, then I'm letting you go. They started the trial, but baby, you in denial. What about your A-list family? Such a terrible sight for us to see. We followed your story. You're taken down from your glory. Well, I guess you're number one fan. Never dreamed you'd end up in the can. Is you guilty or not?
Do y'all see that Discord link right there?
Is you guilty or not?
Y'all see that Discord link right there?
Is you guilty or not?
That's a Discord link right there. And you can't say it don't work because it's a forever link. I made it so it never runs out. So anybody come back and click on that link, they can come straight over to the Discord. So that's the link right there. Hope to see you over there. You know, appreciate you. We are looking for some more. Find a job. I got a job. Why you think I'm a social media manager? You know what I'm saying? Well, how you think? What do you think I'm doing here right now? Right? It just don't get upset because my job is a good job and I like my job and I have fun at it. Right? All right. So before the negative people start coming in here, we're gonna get out of here. Okay? Yeah, get out of here with that hate. Before the negative people start coming in here, because obviously, you know, the light always attracts negative, right? It's always attracting them dark beings. So we're gonna get out of here, right? Love is love, man. Appreciate you guys. Find a job does sound crazy, right? When you literally an entrepreneur and you sitting here, you know, we have an agency on TikTok. We literally have a social media brand is backed up behind a LLC, you know, Soul Sparks LLC. Like this is asinine or redundant to tell somebody who operates with a business mindset on an entrepreneurship that's showing you that they produce music, all types of stuff, and you tell them to get a job. No, maybe you need to come over here and I can give you a job. Maybe that's what you need to do. Being online is not panhandling. When you literally help people produce music, when you help people get their name out there, when you do link trees for people, right? It's called social media management. Maybe you should look it up. Social media management, right? So when you're helping other people and you're managing their social media, you know what? Never mind. Never mind, right? It just, you know, some people think up here and some people think here, right? When you're thinking up here, you can't really expect the people that think here to understand exactly what you're saying. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, have a great day on purpose. Man, I see the negative coming in here, so we're definitely going to end this live, man. I appreciate everybody who came through. You know, love is love, man. I'm not begging from women. You didn't hear me beg for anything on this live. You didn't hear me ask anybody to do anything. You didn't hear me say, give me money. You didn't hear me. What the hell is they talking about? Did anybody? Did anybody hear me ask for money? Huh? Did anybody hear me say anything about money? Did we post any Cash Apps, any PayPals? Did we do any of that today? I mean, for the last couple of days, have we said anything about supporting anything or anything like that? We never. Did y'all hear me ask for money? Y'all never heard me ask for money. You didn't even hear me instead of right now when somebody else brought it up, but you never heard me say anything. I just said, stay tuned for more updates on this. Stay tuned. When the fuck did you? Oh my goodness. Hey, virtual hug, man. Virtual hug. Bring it in. Right here. This shoulder's for you. Right there. All right. All right. Not too long. Not too long. It gets funny, you know, if you hug for too long. Just real quick, couple of pats. That's it. All right. Virtual hugs for everybody. Okay. Love is love. We hope to see you here next time. Hope to see you guys put some of your notification on. Man, we're going to keep the knowledge going. We're going to keep the wisdom going. If you support by subscribing, if you support by hitting that like button, you know, the thumbs up one. Even if you hit the thumbs down button, it's cool, right? We're going to be back later on with another live to continue the update on what's going on. And hopefully we can get an idea of the piece that we'll set, right? I don't even know how to buy bots over here. I don't know how to buy bots. Never bought bots. Don't even know what that consists of, but obviously you do. So, but I appreciate you coming in, right? If you don't like the growth that's over here, you can leave. If you don't like the unity that's over here, you can leave. If you don't like the fact that YouTube decided to put me in the algorithm, you can take that up with YouTube. I think, you know, if you call YouTube or write YouTube, they might provide an answer for you regarding of my growth over here or why my page is being pushed into the algorithm. I don't have no answer for that. All we're going to do is keep doing what we're doing, which is operating with love, light, and unity. And hopefully through that example, other people will want to do the same thing. So keep love alive, guys. Keep love alive. Let me get out of here for too many negative people come in here. They're already coming in here. I see them. They're coming in here by the boatload.